Rediscovering Gita for the Modern World by Shrikant Soman, based on essays on Gita by Sri Aurobindo. Chapter 10 continued. Yoga of the Intelligent Will. Continued from the previous episode 78, The Path to Samadhi, Beyond Discipline to Divine Union. Current episode 79. The Brahmic state, a reversal of worldly values. The liberated soul, beyond action and inaction. The Gita's foundational synthesis, the union of knowledge and works. Key takeaways. Signs of the liberated soul. The true sign of a liberated person is an unwavering mind, free from sorrows, desires, liking, or fear. They are not influenced by the three qualities of Prakriti and live from a place of inner balance and equality. Action without attachment. The Gita's unique contribution is that a liberated person, while in a static and detached state, continues to perform actions. This action is done without any desire for results, fulfilling one's duty without being motivated by the fruits of their work. The Brahmic state as a reversal of reality, the state of a sage or the Brahmic condition, is a complete reversal of the ordinary person's reality. What is day for a worldly person is night for a sage, and vice versa. The sage's inner poise remains undisturbed, like an ocean, even as all desires flow into them. Yoga as skill in works. The Gita argues that desireless action is not ineffective. In fact, it is the most skillful and potent form of action, as it is guided by a higher wisdom. The text states, Yoga is skill in works. Achieving nirvana. The ultimate goal is to achieve nirvana, which the Gita defines as the merging of the individual self into the vast impersonal reality of the Brahman. This state is achieved by extinguishing the ego and acting with detachment, thus freeing oneself from the cycle of birth and death. Signs of the liberated soul. A person whose understanding is stable is one with a mind undisturbed by sorrows. No more desire for pleasures. No liking, wrath or fear. This person is without the three qualities of Prakriti, free from life's dualities, and in possession of their true self. For what could a free soul need to get or have when it already possesses everything by being one with the self? Action and liberation. Despite this static, detached state, the person in Samadhi does not stop working. This is the Gita's unique and powerful contribution. It affirms this state of freedom from nature while still commanding the liberated soul to continue performing actions. This avoids a major flaw of philosophies that promote only quietism and asceticism. The Gita states, you have a right to action but only to action, never to its fruits. Let not the fruits of your works be your motive, neither let there be in you any attachment to inactivity. This means the Gita doesn't advocate for the desire-driven works of the Vedavadins, or a life of constant, aimless activity. Instead it teaches, fixed in yoga do your actions, having abandoned attachment, having become equal in failure and success, for it is equality that is meant by yoga. If you're worried about the relative good and evil of actions, a liberated person who has united their will with the divine casts away both good and evil. They rise to a higher law, beyond these dualities, based on the freedom of self-knowledge. But doesn't this desireless action lack effectiveness? No, because yoga is skill in works. Action performed in yoga is not only the highest, but also the most potent and wise, because it is guided by the knowledge and will of the master of all works. Does this path lead away from the common goal of escaping the cycle of human birth? No. The sages who perform works without desire and in union with the divine are freed from the bondage of birth and reach a perfect state free from the mental and physical sufferings of humanity. The person who reaches this state achieves the Brahmic condition and a firm foundation in the Brahman. This state involves a complete reversal of how ordinary earthbound people view, experience, and value things. For most people, the life of dualities, their daily activities, their consciousness, and their worldly knowledge is their day, their waking state. But for the sage who has mastered himself, this is a night, a dark and troubled sleep of the soul. Conversely, that higher state of being which seems like a night to others, a sleep where all will and knowledge cease, is the sage's true waking state, a luminous day of real being, knowledge and power. Ordinary people are like muddy waters, easily disturbed by every desire. The sage, however, is like a vast ocean of consciousness that remains motionless and poised, even as all the desires of the world flow into him, like rivers into the sea. He has no desire and is not troubled. While others are consumed by their sense of I and mine, he is one with the single self in all beings and has no such ego. He acts just like others but has let go of all desires. By doing this, he achieves great peace and is not confused by the appearances of the world. He has extinguished his individual ego in the One and lives in that unity. When he is fixed in this state at the end of his life, he can attain nirvana, which is not the Buddhist concept of negative self-annihilation, but the great merging of the separate self into the vast reality of the one infinite impersonal existence. This is the first foundation of the Gita's teaching, subtly combining Sankhya, Yoga and Vedanta. While it is not the complete teaching, it is the essential practical union of knowledge and works with a hint of a third supreme element, divine love and devotion. With this episode 79, we are concluding chapter 10, Yoga of the Intelligent Will. From next episode 80, we will start with a new chapter 11, Works and Sacrifice.